going? Welcome to day 30 of harvest. I got a new texture so I can finish my tally, or write it actually up to date, because the other one died. We just started a new paddock. It's New Year's Day today, and it's going really good. So if you don't know me, I'm Mark Merritt. I'm part of the 6th generation of Merritts to farm in the Conniva area, farming with my parents, Hugh and Sharon, and with my wife, Chels, and my 2 kids, Jetty and Alex. We're farming a mixed operation with sheep and grains, and I just love farming, so I started making these videos to show YouTube what happens on our farm. So I'm so glad that you've come along, and I hope you enjoy what you see. Alright, so the wheat's going really good in here. It's a bit lodged, a bit fallen over, making it difficult to harvest. But more so than that, this paddock's called the crab hole paddock because it's got all these dips in it. You can kind of see it up there and across the paddock. It is an absolute pain in the butt to harvest. It is just a nightmare on your finger pressing that button, but on the machine, hitting on the ground and trying to get it all, it's just not easy. It's taking a lot of concentration power, and yeah, we just slowed down to make it all happen a bit slower and make it a bit easier. But anyway, we're getting through it. It's just definitely very challenging, very challenging. That's all right, going good. Right, so we were going okay. I unloaded into Ryan, who was stopped in the chaser bin because it's too bumpy to unload on the go. I looked back at the window and I could see that it was really chaffy. I could smell a bit of a faint, hot rubber smell. Couldn't figure it out. But I decided to hop out and have a look. Oh, it's a bit dusty. And what I found was this is all super hot. You can see where the pulley's been spinning on there. We have lost the bolt that goes through there. Now, our bolts don't normally just fall out. There's probably a reason, but I don't know why. It's all burnt chaffy stuff. That's very, very lucky, that is. Lovely. Glad we caught that. Oh, that's hot in there. Oh, very hot. No breakdown is ever good, but it appears we're all filled up now. So it's well timed anyway. Alright, so after looking around at all the fan, looking at what was going on in there, we couldn't find anything that may have caused it. What we figured, or what we figure, is that just over time the bolt that was through there has slowly worn thin. Every time you start it up and it gives it a jolt, the fan has to go from 0 to pretty fast in a short time, it knocks the bolt, and I think the bolt just really just wore out. So we put a new bolt in there. We're going to see how it goes, but we will keep a close eye on it just to see if something else has caused it, and there's another problem that we need to look at. So yeah, hopefully a pretty good fix. Alright, we're back into it, working away. We got a new bolt in that fan, the cleaning fan, whatever you call it, and it just hopped out and checked it, and it seems to be going alright, which is good. It's still going way up and way down through these holes, and that's still challenging as ever. Yeah, the chaser bin tractor decided it didn't want to start, so Dad and Onion are over there trying to get that going.
What happened, Daddy?
I turned it on.
Why?
I'm gonna do some talking. Point the GoPro at us. At me. Well, the servo didn't work out how we thought after we got the header going, and I said that what was that, Onion? Oh. After we got the header going, I said that the chaser bin tractor wouldn't start. It still didn't start, and it actually started, but it just runs derated, and yeah, we can't figure out what's going on. So we'll probably need a... Onion's looking at the tractor. Yeah, I'll do the GoPro. Thanks for that. We'll probably need a mechanic to come out tomorrow. We just harvested enough to put enough in that bin so that Brock can come back tomorrow and get that bin and this bin for a load. Brock actually got bogged there as well, so plenty going on. Bit too eventful for my liking. Alright guys, it is day 31 of harvest. It's currently 4:15 in the morning. Jetty just woke up for a feed. I woke up to settle him down a bit while Chelsea made him a bottle, and happened to notice there's some lightning happening outside. Had a look on the radar and there's a bit of rain kicking about. So I thought I better just jump in the ute, head up the paddock and shut the bin lids because we left them open. There seems to be quite an amount of lightning, so let's hope that no fires start, because yeah, it's meant to be a bit of a nasty day coming up. Got them all closed up. Hopefully we don't get any rain, but if we do, I'd be kicking myself that I was awake and didn't go out and shut them. So anyway, not sure if you can see straight out there, but there's lightning straight in front of me. That's looking east. That lightning is past Horsham, so that's over, I think Horsham's about 150 k's from here, something like that, and I can see it clear as day. So yeah, amazing how far light travels at night. Alright, the sun is up on day 31. First off the list, I'm going to put the battery terminals back on this and see if it goes. Well, look at that. It's running good now. No issues at all. That's all it needed, just to be turned off for a while. or disconnected, the battery disconnected for a while. Anyway, good we don't have to go back to the old tractor. Right, we're into it. Day 31. I haven't written it up here. 31. Here we go. The tractor's going good. Header's going good. The wheat's going good. Only problem is I think it'll get too hot and windy this afternoon, so we'll probably get stopped. Or we'll probably have to stop. But anyway, that's alright. It's for our own safety. No, we'll be stopping because it'll be too risky for fires. If a fire would start, it would be very, very hard to control. And that's pretty dangerous. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I said it was day 30. It's actually day 31. Hang on, I'm confused again. I said it was day 31. It's actually day 30. Not that it really matters, but anyway, it's a bit of fun. Anyway, we're on our way up to my place. We're nearly there. Dad got finished off that other paddock while I was having some tea. Yeah, if you remember a couple of videos ago, there's a lot of green grains in my wheat, so we had to pull out of there. I'm pretty sure it's all ripened off now. We've had some nice hot weather to get it going, so we're going to get into it and see what we can find. Alright, so in one of my past videos, might have been the one that came out just before Christmas, I had a bit of a, I don't know what you call it, a bit of a sulk about how this wheat was going up at my place. I want to apologise for that. It just caught me off guard that it wasn't going how I expected it to. It took me a while to get my head wrapped around it. It's sort of like, imagine it like you're working all year and you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to get $60 an hour, I'm going to get $60 an hour, and then you're working hard, and by the end of the year you're thinking, yeah, $60 an hour, that'll be good. But when the boss hands you your paycheck, you're only getting paid $40 an hour. Now $40 an hour is still pretty good, but it's not $60 an hour like you're expecting. It just takes some time to get used to it. So that's what I had to do. So I apologise. It's I don't like being negative of low yields and stuff like that. But yeah, just took me some time to get used to it. Gee, this wheat is dusty, and the wind's really not blowing in the right direction tonight. It's blowing it all over the header. Yeah, I think the dust is coming from the amount of rust that it had in it in the crop. Disease kind of just makes dust, and yeah, interesting. Lots of dust, lots and lots. What up, farm? Welcome to day 31. Yes, 31. I know I said 31 at the start of yesterday, but I'm pretty sure today's 31, or it might be 32. I might have counted wrong. Who knows? Anyway, I'm calling today 31. We just got into the header, start harvesting. It's nearly 2 o'clock. It's a bit cold this morning. We went to town, got some chemicals so I can desiccate my lentils, and yeah, we're into it now. Back into the wheat. Bit of an observation that I've found here, and it's pretty likely that most other people will know that, but I've just learning as I go, and I'll be doing things differently next year. But there's lots of ryegrass here where there's less nitrogen, anywhere where the spreader went and there's a bit more nitrogen, the crop competed a bit better and there's less ryegrass. I'm being amazed at how chalk and cheese different it is, the crop competition for ryegrass control when it's had nitrogen early. So going forward, what I'm going to try and do is put nitrogen down when I'm sowing. I'm going to try and use a blended fertilizer. I'm going to experiment with a blended fertilizer. I'm also going to make sure that I'm spreading urea before growth stage 31 to get it on nice and early and get the crop the best chance that it has to succeed, really. And hopefully that will help with crop competition and weed control as well, because I'm not very happy with how much ryegrass is in here. It's quite disappointing. But anyway, it's okay. You live and you learn. I'm still young in my farming career. There's plenty of time ahead. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what next year brings. I'm going to try a lot harder, that's for sure. This year's been a wake-up call for me that things don't just happen by themselves. You've got to put the inputs in to get the crop out at the end. I've had this problem form too, where this light flashes. That is one of the potentiometers on the feeder house that tells you how high and low the front is. There's two of them. One on that side, which controls the return to cut, and the ag leader height, which is here, is also teed into it. And then there's one on that side, which used to control the old yield mapping box that went in here. Now, because this height reading is still working, I think it's the one on that side. So yeah, I went to town and they ordered a new one for me. It'll be here not tomorrow but the next day. Hopefully that'll go away. But while I was looking at the wiring in there, I found a fuse holder and this fuse, and it is melted. So we're lucky that that didn't start a fire. I don't know when it melted. I don't know what it's controlling, but nothing that I've used has stopped. The UHF is still going. The GPS is still going. It's definitely not original, but it's very lucky that it didn't cause a fire. Anyway, I pulled the fuse out so there would be no electricity going through there. Alright, so I missed it, but there was a heap of things coming up on here saying like the sieves weren't shaking and grain elevator wasn't going. So guessing we might have lost a belt. Smells hot. Yes, we have. Holy moly. Couldn't figure out why my fan wasn't up to speed. I'd say this is it. That pulley has deconstructed itself. It's wedged it in the fan and dropped it all up. This is an interesting harvest, this one. Have a look how close we were to finishing this paddock too. There's only one pass left there. Oh well, I guess it's not the end of the earth. Alright, we got the cleaning fan belt on and the dry belt, I don't know what you call it. We got the broken pulley off. So that's the damage. Two belts and a pulley. This pulley, as you can see here, it's just been running in the same spot and it's run there for so long that it's actually just worn this out. It's just worn out, which is quite amazing. Yeah, Bordertown has the pulley, Warwick-Nabil has the belts. So Dad's headed off to Warwick-Nabil. We're about to head to Bordertown to get the pulley. Yeah, a fair bit of driving around, but all in the name of getting going as quick as we can. Oh gosh, that is a lot bigger.
Which means it goes...
Dad's been to Warwick-Nabil and got this new belt. Have a look at it compared to the old one. It's a fair bit different. That'll drive it faster. Alright, we got our new cleaning fan belt on, our new cleaning fan drive belt on, our new idler pulley. It's all good. I think it's right for a test. Hopefully it goes very good. Anyway, we'll see. Alright guys, day 32 of harvest. We got a jumper on. It's a bit colder today. I desiccated our lentils this morning, probably a bit late on that, but anyway, that's alright. It's been busy. We'll be harvesting them with our header at this stage, coming up quite soon. So that'll be a good challenge, good fun. Hopefully good fun. Hopefully it's not too frustrating. Right now, I'm just going to give the header some grease, and we might have a go and see if we can get some harvesting done. Well, we're harvesting away, and isn't this fun, Alex? Got your lunch on the header?
Yeah.
The Freddo frog that Mum packed you, that got eaten first, didn't it? Was it yum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Family farming is fun.
Yeah, and I think even if it was a full-blooded drive, it would have just got there, and it's a really hard one.
What's that, Alex? Yeah, Ryan's on the chaser bin. Yeah. Cricket's on the radio. The wheat's getting harvested. It's a good day. You can see here there's a darker area. This is where the frost has been bad. You can see that the heads are sticking straight up versus a little patch like that. They're all heavy and bent over. It's just very clear to see. Frost is a nasty thing. It gets us all. But you have your turns. What can't you see?
Barley.
You can't see the barley. That's because we're harvesting wheat, you Wally.
Barley.
Wheat, wheat,
Barley.
wheat,
Barley.
wheat.
Barley.
We'll be back onto the barley, not tomorrow, the next day.
Why?
Because? Or maybe we'll start something else. Who knows?
Barley.
It's windy and it's dusty and it's a bit hard to see, but we're getting it done. I'm glad we're not doing it at night because it would be near on impossible, I reckon. But it's alright, it's going good. Getting it done. Alright, here we are. Coming to the end of another paddock. It's only a small one, but it's another paddock nonetheless. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Done. I really love opening up a paddock like this that you can't see, but there's no pass up the middle. I just picked a line on the GPS and we're cutting one through. It's nice when it's not dusty and you can see all the paddock all around you. Anyway, I will show you at some stage. Still chugging along here. Haven't got that much left to go. Racing the sunlight, see if we can get done before the sun goes down so we can move to the next paddock before it gets dark. But that paddock be the last paddock of wheat, which is good. Good to get ticking some things off, getting some stuff done. So back at seeding time, Aglita released an update for their screens, and that included a new feature called Smart Path, which allows you to hit that dotted button there and it will create a pass off of the last painted strip that you've done on your screen. So if you go out and around a tree, it'll create another strip identical to that next to it, or following along from that. With that, it also creates a pass directly along the boundary. So I'm just going along the boundary here, it's steering, it's just made me a path straight off the boundary, and that is really handy. I've been using it a lot during harvest and I really like it. Yeah, really good for harvesting, really good for seeding, really good for spreading. Yeah, but anyway, it's a very handy thing, and I really like using it. Onion's been using it in the chase bin. Yeah, it's going good. Alright guys, welcome to day 33 of harvest. Our bogged count is still on 4 as well. Haven't been bogged, and at the moment don't look like getting bogged. It's dried out a lot, which is good. Anyway, we are into our last paddock of wheat. It's going pretty nicely. Yeah. Don't know what else to tell you. Still just harvesting along like we have been the other days. It's starting to get a little bit monotonous, this harvest, but anyway, that's alright. We're ticking the paddocks off. Still day 32, just chugging along on the last paddock of wheat. Don't know if I'm getting sick of harvest or what's going on, but feeling a bit flat today. Yeah, easy. I'll just shoot it straight into the bin, save you having to auger it out. You can follow Popper up there if you want, up to the yard at Christie, or you can go through the paddocks, doesn't matter.
I'll just go through the paddock.
Alright, the last pass of wheat. Been a little while coming. Low on fuel. Gives me a notification anytime it gets under a quarter. There's still plenty of fuel left in there. Anyway. Yeah. Alright, to the last pass. We'll get on to some barley tonight. Oh, sorry about that. Got 3 paddocks of barley to do back here. Then we'll go and do my beans and my lentils. And then we'll venture out north. We've got 3 paddocks of barley to do out north. So, not a lot of paddocks left, but still a reasonable amount of area. Anyway, there we go. Wheat harvest is in the books. Right, day 33 of harvest. 33? That might be 34. Yeah, 34. Day 34 of harvest. I gave us an early-ish knock-off last night. It did get fairly cold. Yeah. Anyway, did wonders for my mental health. I was struggling yesterday. I don't know, you just Some days are harder than others, and yesterday was one of them for me. But anyway, we're going to give this header some grease and then get into it. Right, we made a start for another day. It's going pretty good. Well, it was up over 5.5 before. Anyway, the tonnes per hour is going pretty good. I don't know what people are normally getting. If you feel happy to, comment how many tonnes an hour you're getting out of your header. I'm trying to push mine around 20, 25, 30. Well, it just said 35 then. That's not sustainable though, I don't think. 25's about what I've been getting normally. That seems pretty good, but I really have no idea what this header is capable of. Look who's here for a ride on the header. Going for your first ride, Jetty. Jetty's first ride on the header. He's getting a bit tired.
Almost asleep.
What do you think, Alex? It's a bit squishy with Mum and Jetty in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor little Jetty man fell asleep, couldn't hack it any longer.
In about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. We had to abruptly stop there from chasing because there's water in the bottom of that crab hole. And believe me when I say that it took all of my thinking power to stop everything and hold Alex back and stop the auger and before we got bogged. It was challenging. Alright, so we got finished in that good barley. We moved back to Dad's place to this paddock, which is where we were getting bogged at the start of harvest. I did almost get bogged before, but don't tell Onion that. This paddock has got a lot of ryegrass in it. It's really low. Well, that patch is not too bad, but it's not yielding that good most of the paddock. We tried another paddock. It had too much vetch in it. So while Dad's thinking about what he wants to do with that grain, we thought we'd finish this off. This does have some vetch in it too. It's got some milk thistle as well. It's just not easy. Anyway, it's alright. Just getting some done. Oh, you probably can't see down there. But there's a quail sitting on the front. Now, I don't know how long he was there, but I noticed him while I was still harvesting and he didn't go into the machine. So we're gonna go and kick him off. Hope that he is not injured. He has a happy life. Come on, little quail. There he goes. Off to live another day. Right, we got finished that paddock. I nearly got bogged multiple times, so I'm glad to be out of there. The barley didn't look great, but it's off. Rightio, we'll see you tomorrow for day 35. Right, what up farm? Welcome back to day 34. Oh, hang on. No, day 35. I haven't updated my thing. Well, I think it's day 35. That's what we're going with anyway. Welcome back to day 35. We're out here harvesting some barley. We've just started making the first pass along this track. And this is our first year growing commodus barley. This is the paddock that we sowed. We're going to keep it for seed, and it's lodged. It's fallen over. That was going to make it pretty hard to pick up. But this morning I put our crop lifters on, and they are doing a remarkable job of lifting it all up and helping it feed in. It's well, I didn't do any without the crop lifters on, so I can't tell you what it was like, but it's going really well. For how flat it is, it's picking up really nicely. That is flat, and it's feeding in really well. Those lifters are doing a great job. I feel like crop lifters are one thing that a lot of people kind of turn their nose up to and say, I can set up my front better, I don't need lifters. Well, good on you, but they're working brilliant for me. I've just blocked up the feeder house. I got to pull all that out. It won't reverse out any further. But thought I'd scrape some mud out of this side. So it got a bit close to a wet patch back there. Went to scrape some of this water out. I don't know if he's still in here, but let's see if we can find him. Anyway, I can't see him. There's a tadpole squiggling around in there. It's disgusting smelling stuff, that's for sure. There he is. Look. Yeah, well, we got all this out. The reason it blocked up was because it was wet, very wet. I didn't realise the patch that I came through was probably as wet it was as what it actually was. The header's got mud on the tyres. We'll go for a bit of a look. Oh yes, yeah, no, it's pretty wet there. Nah, yeah, I see why it's wet. Wet. Harvesting frogs. So we're still plugging our way through the very lodged barley. There's a lot of ryegrass in here. We're supposed to spray an IMI spray on this, but we didn't. Anyway, here's what it is. We picked an angle to work off of because it seemed to be all blocking in the lifters when we were going straight with the way that it's sown. So gone at an angle, and so far it seems to be going pretty good. Right, we're heading down the road back to my place. Oh, you're all dusty. Back to my place, we're going to have a go at the lentils. That'll be very interesting, I think. Alright, we're into the lentils. It's been some experimentation. It's taken us an hour to go across the end of this paddock. That's not very far. Anyway, the sample doesn't look too bad. You can't see in there very well. Anyway. Doing a decent job scraping it off the ground, but we're definitely not setting any speed records here. Don't you love being on the header? In a while we will. Alright, we've knocked off for tonight. It's getting too dark, too hard to see. Alex wanted to go home, so we're knocking off. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.